How's it going, my fellow shiny Pokemon? Shiny Snorlax here, bringing you guys Pokemon Showdown OU fight. And of course, team preview will be down description below. Oh wait, I forgot to say something. I am now partnered with Full Screen. So yeah, that's all I want to say. But other than that, team preview will be down description below. And let's get to the battle. I'll lead off with myself. Opponent leads off with its Klefki. And opponent goes for a Search Rule and gives me Choice Scarf, and the opponent obtains leftovers, and I go for an Earthquake. Opponent switches out into its Sigilyph, predicting my Earthquake, and Flame Orb activates, and I bring out my Terminator, predicting the Cycle Shift. Opponent goes for a Cosmic Power, raising up its stats a bit. I go for a Giant Pulse. I bring out Manly, and the opponent goes for another Cosmic Power. I go for a Tear Glow, so I could at least try its setup. I go for another Tear Glow, and opponent goes for a Stored Power, bring me down to about half, and I go for an Ice Beam and almost take it out. Opponent goes for another Cosmic Power, probably misclicked, and I go for another Ice Beam and finish it out. Opponent brings out the Key and paralyzes my Manly, and I go for a Surf and take it out. Opponent brings out the Ghost and goes for a Lead Seed, and I go for an Ice Beam and take it out. Opponent brings out its Charizard and Mega Evolves into Charizard X and goes for a Fire Punch, and I go for an Ice Beam, taking it out. Opponent brings out its Breloom, going for a Spore, not affecting me, and I am paralyzed. Opponent goes for a Bullet Seed and finally takes out my Manphy, and I bring out the Shield. Opponent goes for a Spore and puts it to sleep, and opponent switches out into the Shield. I switch out and bring out Real Shield, and I go for a Stone Edge, just to take out the balloon. Opponent goes for a Swords Dance right now. I switch out into me, predicting the King Shield or Ghost type attack. Opponent goes for another Swords Dance, and I go for an Earthquake. And opponent goes for an Iron Head and gets a critical hit. I bring out Real Shield, knowing I can take almost any attack. And I go for an Earthquake, and opponent is protected. I go for another Earthquake and take out the Shield. Opponent brings out its Breloom and goes for a Mach Punch, and I go for an Earthquake, getting some small damage off on it. And opponent goes for a Bullet Seed, but I am immune from Bulletproof. And I go for an Earthquake, getting some bits of damage off. Opponent goes for a Synthesis, and I go for an Earthquake. And opponent goes for another Synthesis, and I go for another Earthquake. I switch out, hopefully the opponent going for a Synthesis, but I am wrong. Opponent goes for a Mach Punch, and then goes for a Spore, but Sleep Clause activates, and I go for a Fire Blast and finish it off. So yeah, that was a pretty decent battle. So be sure to like and comment on the video, and subscribe if you want to become a shiny Pokemon, and I'll see you next time.